Guys, welcome back to the ILB Drivers Club Podcast. It's episode 2. Some really great feedback, first of all, on episode 1. So thank you very much to everyone who listened and watched on YouTube. I appreciate that. So today we thought we would discuss Worthesea. And this whole episode will kind of be focused around our trips to Worthesea and some tips on Worthesea. We have myself, Adam.
I am James.
James is back. And today we have a special guest.
Pete. Hello.
Peter Matthews.
No. Don't do the full name. Like,
To want people to
I'm
find
like
you.
Cher.
So Pete, really quick, has been with the reason Pete's on is because you've obviously been to Worthesea with us
I have, yes.
in 2018.
18 and then last year with other people.
Betrayed us.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Pete, for the viewers at home that may not know who you are.
Well, I pretty much paint your whips. That's sort of how I know you guys. Well, I don't. I know you from like car scene, obviously, and doing shoots and stuff. I remember like the first time I met you was the Blue MX-5 in Donegal.
Yes,
Do you remember?
I do remember.
The windiest night ever.
It was good though. Pete, yeah, as he just mentioned, painted my E28. He's painted my M3. He's probably painted the other cars as well at some point.
I did. I painted
335 as well.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Did you probably painted half my cars? I like to tend to
Was the
crash
boys'
them a
cars
lot.
like?
You painted my bumper.
Did JP's bumper too.
All right. Okay, so Worthesea, James, how many years have we gone to Worthesea? I actually can't remember. Is it 3 or 4 years?
I think
We
we
did,
were
we
there.
did it before Pete.
I was going to say you were there in 17, and then I came here with you in 18. So that must be.
Yeah, 3 years we've done it.
Aye,
Yeah.
so this will be
Yeah.
fourth year then.
We
Yes.
went to H2 before we even went to Worthesea.
I know we went to
Which makes
America.
no sense.
People were like, "You went to America before you went to Worthesea." To be fair, I think we kind of dropped the ball in realizing how good Worthesea
I was
actually
going to
is.
say, because you didn't really realize how good it actually was.
Yeah.
Really until you got there, like, so.
Definitely, very good, very highly recommended. That's why we've been back every year, and I think, in fact, the after movie that we put out from it is probably our biggest one of the year as well. It's definitely probably my favorite of the year.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, it just went up when we're recording this. Just went up 2 days ago,
Yes.
and it's doing really well. So, if you are just listening to this on Spotify, go watch the Worthesea film.
Mm-hmm.
Give some views and some feedback. Appreciate that. Before we go any further, actually, want to drop in. This is real in podcast style here. Shameless plug.
Oh,
Pug.
Hug?
Where's the pug?
Pug. Basically, guys, if you are watching this and you don't know anything about ILB Drivers Club, everything that we do is supported by our online store. So if you want to support us, head over to the shop, which is shop.ilbdriversclub.com, and pick up some merchandise. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, stickers, lanyards, air fresheners, all that jazz. So there will be a link in the description on the YouTube. And if not, just go to the website. So there you go. That's the podcast plug or pug
That
over
was
with.
done, boys. See you later.
Yeah.
We also want to pick a competition winner from the last podcast. We're going to do that. We're going to do that closer to the end. And then we're also going to do another competition as well. So if you want to win some free merchandise, keep listening, keep watching, and we'll do that at the end. So, yeah, let's get stuck in. Worthesea.
Let's get started.
Let's get
Right.
started.
We'll talk about your first year there and what you did, or.
Yeah, well, I've got loads of like random notes. I'm sure you guys have loads of notes as well you want to
Yeah.
talk about. I actually thought it maybe be worthwhile just mentioning the bit, which is like the obvious thing, which is Worthesea to us is actually different to what it is to everybody else.
Yes.
And I think it's very important to kind of briefly mention.
Yeah, like don't go to the show dates. Because, well, I mean,
Oh, that
sorry,
whole-
that's
yeah,
not what I
yeah,
meant.
yeah.
You can go to the show dates if you
Aye,
wish.
essentially,
but
like, people go for the gathering beforehand.
Yeah.
So they do.
Well, Worthesea, we actually were Googling it to get the exact name beforehand, but it's GTI
Treffin.
Treffin or Worthesea Treffin. But essentially that is the official event, and it runs between May 20th and 23rd in 2020. I have the blurb from Wikipedia.
like
Should I
to
read it?
let's go for it.
Tell the folks.
The GTI meeting is one of the world's largest VW meetings. It has been taking place for 4 days in. It has been. Jesus, who wrote this? It has been taking place for 4 days in 1982 in the Austrian town of Reifnitz on Lake Worthesea. The event now has 200,000 visitors. It was launched in 1982 by Erwin Neuwirth. Can you read that? Did I say that right?
I can't see any bit on the page that says that, but yes.
There we go. So
Yes.
started in 1982, and then in 1987, it received a monument with the granite GTI, which is
I've seen that.
we have seen that.
Was that
They did
1987
that
or
for my.
97?
1987. So that's that.
It's
I
marked
did
too
that
well.
for my birthday in 1987. That's when I was born. That was for me.
Jesus, you're
So it
old.
was.
That's been actually there. Flip me, we always just drive by that and be like, "There's that golf."
There's
Everyone
that
takes
out
photos.
from-
There's
There's that
that
load of breeze blocks, so it is.
So there you go. That thing's been there from 1987. And it's a 1-1 scale, 25 tons.
I imagine it to be much smaller
I
than
nearly
1-to-1.
swore there, Adam. That's unbelievable.
It's a 25 tons. Was brought to Reifnitz on a special transport. That's all it says. But
Does
anyway,
it not stay there?
it must.
I thought it stayed there all the time.
Yeah, I think it does.
It
Yeah,
drives.
Aye, but they don't take it away for the show,
it
right?
was imported from southern Sweden. There you go, and from which young stonesman apprentices, stonemason, stonemason apprentices chiseled a Golf GTI into the granite.
chiseled it.
There you go.
With Niall Hammond
So
on.
that is the official event. Sorry, we don't go to that.
No.
No, we've
I
never
don't-
been to that.
I'm pretty sure we all leave before it even happens.
We do indeed.
I
So
don't really like Volkswagens.
wow, that's the touchy subject.
I can't say that.
So yeah, the official event, just to say that again, May 20th to 23rd. So when do we go? We this year are going May 6th to 16th, also known as the week before, which is what we named our film last year. Or we're actually going for almost 2 weeks this time. Quite a long trip. So yeah, like why do we go that week, James? Can you explain it to the folks at home?
Because everyone else does.
You pretty much just ask them, what dates are you going, boys? I will. We'll meet you there.
Yeah, that's never everyone that has like cool stancy cars, and also ones that are not just Volkswagens, because obviously it's a Volkswagen event, and
It's true. It is a Volkswagen
a
event.
lot of other people turn up then.
But they do try to go earlier, so there's less police presence as well.
That is
because if you
also
go at
true.
the right time, the speed bumps aren't out at the garage, and then boys can do their launches.
I didn't realize that they
That's why.
came and left.
The speed bumps are always there.
They
when you
only
go,
put
aren't
them in for
the event.
the event. So
There you go.
So.
Yeah, so that's speaking of the event. Oh. Sorry, small burp.
Take a minute.
To explain the event, explain everywhere you go. Where the sea basically is a lake.
It is.
There we go. We're getting right down to fundamentals here.
Velden armors, is that what it's called?
Well,
What is the
Reifnitz, right?
because that's all on the lake,
I'm
isn't it?
butchering that there.
Reifnitz.
Reifnitz is where the event is held, but we typically always kind of stay. The epicenter for us really is Velden, isn't it?
Velden, yeah. It is the sort of epicenter, and then obviously you.
What?
Just like the word epicenter.
Oh, do you like that?
Well done.
I wrote that.
Professional.
I've actually wrote that down in my notes.
Someone's been in the thesaurus.
Couldn't spell it. So Velden, Reifnitz, and they're kind of actually almost on opposite ends. Not really on opposite ends because the opposite end.
Well,
from
Velden's
Velden-
right at the top of the lake.
Yeah, and then on the opposite end is Klagenfurt.
Yes,
And
which
then
is
Reifnitz
where-
is just a little bit. It's on the south end, but on Klagenfurt side.
And Reifnitz is just down from the pyramid, isn't it? If I
Yes.
remember right.
So there you go. Speaking about the pyramid, another big location. James has been dying to
I
talk
have
about the pyramid.
lots
Lots
of
to talk
notes
about
on
it
the
on the pyramid.
pyramid.
I've literally got the word pyramid.
Yeah, that's obviously one of the main focuses as well. Is like you'll see it in all the photos, all the videos.
It's also not a pyramid at all. But
Yeah,
it's more of a
we
big
can't say
tower.
that's the name of it. Do you want to try and say the name there, James?
Pyramid.
What is the actual name?
Paradongle.
Something worthlessy.
Perdongle.
Paradongle.
It's like
Perdongle.
like a dinosaur or something. So that is kind of situated on top of a hill. That's a really important kind of location. A lot of people sit on that hill the whole way up, and of course at the very top there's the. James, I was going to let you say.
Oh, sorry, I missed my cue. Can we go for that again?
Yes, of course everyone.
Yeah, but just rewind a bit.
What's at the top of the hill, James?
There is a large 100-meter tall.
Oh, he's
Oh,
the
he's done a
he's
bit
got
of
the
research.
statistics. He's got the statistics.
It's a slide. Well, it's actually a 360-degree viewing platform over the area. So if you want a good view, go there. €14 to ride. The best slide that I've ever been on.
Are
in
we
my entire life.
paying,
also have
are
the
they
option.
paying for this?
We
Well,
do it every
I'm
year,
a
like,
celebrity
yeah.
up there now. I walk in and they're
They're
like,
"Hey, he's back, guys."
"There's the
This
permit guy."
podcast was brought to you by the Paradongle Slide. Are we just
Also,
gonna recall it the
Australia.
Paradongle?
Also, whenever you go and you're going down the slide, there's a section that's completely clear, and that's where the camera is. So whenever it
Is
goes
it?
clear,
I didn't notice.
pose.
I just scream and close my eyes.
Yes, and you can watch that in our video.
You also have the choice whether to take the stairs or take the lift up.
Yes.
So you do. Which, I'm just going to put it out there. Clark took the lift last year. Loser.
Being a fan of a steep incline, I took the stairs.
Yes, I took the stairs and nearly had a hernia at the top. So that,
You just call him a loser. So the slide, the hill, which is right beside Rifenates, also
Yes.
near there is what? Sorry.
Sorry, it used to be good for sitting on, but then they started barricading off all the laybys.
Yes.
So it's actually
Still a good spot though to go, and it's a nice fun road to drive as well.
yeah.
And then at the bottom, is that where Turbo Curve is? Turbo Curve's quite
Turbo
close to
Curve's
there.
Fackersea. It's another
Oh,
place.
right. Okay, I'm thinking of something else. There's like a burnout area right around the corner from that. What's that called?
the old Pearl Station,
Yes.
the really old Pearl Station.
We never really go to
I've
that.
never been. It's called.
James, take note, has just moved to page 2 of his notes.
My notes are looking real bad compared to you guys.
Oh,
like.
it's this one here.
I can't say that. Sabo Technic
See,
Garage.
if I
Shitty
wasn't-
looking old one is what James has wrote.
right.
But I do
Well,
have.
there you go, guys. You
That's-
heard it
that's a
here
burnout
first. Go to the
hotspot,
shitty
is
looking
it?
garage.
It is, but there's always police cars at it, so
Right. So it's
Probably
burnout,
not
but
best.
watch out for the caps.
So yeah, that's near Rifenates. Pyramid, Slide, Paradongle, shitty looking garage. Some interesting facts here going on, definitely. Near Veldon, then we have the new petrol station.
yes.
Yes,
Where
Yes,
you can
we
buy seats. You bought a
You
seat.
can.
we did buy a seat
And
last year.
alcohol. It's quite
We then
handy for
left the
alcohol.
seat there, did we not?
I think
Was
you
it
did not just buy a seat, literally for a shot,
Yeah.
and then left it there. Like Mark sat on it, and then that was that.
That was it.
Yeah. Also,
money make pig here.
you can also wash your cars there.
You can indeed.
Ah,
There's
you
a car
can.
wash.
Never had a car to watch there, but
And McGuire's had like a.
There's like a mini
Stand,
trade
show
stand
thing?
kind of show car park. Well, it's basically a car park.
oh,
but
I
a
in
park.
the actual garage car park, and it's
Yeah.
like fenced off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
think you have to pay. Do you have to pay to go in it or anything?
I think you do have to pay.
Do you?
I'm not really sure, but people do park there. Do you sure all those car parks are in there? People maybe have to park.
Right
yeah.
enough, Although I don't know how legal that is, but people do stand at the entrances to the car parks and ask
charge
money
you
for you to
money
park there.
Yeah.
And the supermarket ones have security guards that don't let you park there.
Because the one across the road, they won't let you park on at
Yeah.
all, will they?
Yeah. So that's kind of the main locations, and then Turbo Curve, which I previously mentioned, is at Fackersea.
Yes.
Which is a massive car park that people are just parking.
Yeah, for free, and it's basically just a beer tent. Boys just go get lit on
Mhm.
steins.
and shout
Yeah.
stuff at cars.
I've never really seen
In German.
any of that side of it. I just go to the car park.
True. What do they shout? Gummy?
Gummies, burnout, yeah.
Gummy!
I didn't even know.
The gummy is the kind of saying you'll hear flat out over there, and I think it means burnout. Yeah.
And is that German, or is that
Yes.
I don't? Is there an Austrian?
I think it just depends in Austria where you are for your language.
Right. Aye, right enough because it could be closer
You
to
can be
Italy and
German,
stuff.
French, Italian.
But yeah, gummy's the chosen word for there in Northern Ireland. It's
So yeah, make sure. you
what,
shout
what
out
is it in Northern
everyone.
Ireland? What do people shout here?
Well, there's
Keep her lit!
Let us hear ye.
show us your deaf. You know, something like that.
No balls.
Aye, it's always a good one.
So what else we got here? Locations, trying to inform the people. Alpine Pass. We were there a lot last year. The Alpine Road.
The Alpine Strasse.
Oh yes, somebody named the right name.
Nice.
Nice work, Pete.
Yes.
10 points to Gryffindor.
That's why he's definitely in Hufflepuff.
I had a sticker on the back of my phone that said it for a while. You see, so.
Oh, really?
Sorta, yeah.
That's where, of course, we did the ILB meet last year with Camber. You would have seen it in our Worthy film. You would have seen it in the vlog. You would have also seen it on our Instagram. We basically
shut the mountain down.
did a pop-up meet at Worthy last year where we announced before we were going that we're doing this meet on this day at this time. We'll announce the location. And we did that, and 2 hours before we announced the location, and we turned up just 2 hours before, didn't we? And there was within 5 minutes there was a car in it.
Yeah.
And then within like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, the whole place was full. And then they actually shut down the toll road because it's like, how much is the ticket on it? €15?
Yeah,
Something
it
like
must
that?
be about 15, 20 euros.
I think it was about 20 or something.
They
Yeah.
shut down the toll apparently because the queue was too long, and they just told people to go away.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But we are actually going to do that again this year. We're going to do another meet. Will be the same sort of situation. This is the first time you're hearing this, is it, James? Basically, we're going to do the same sort of thing. We're going to do a meet with Camber, and 2 hours before we'll announce the location. So keep an eye on our Instagram for that if you want to come hang out. What else have we got, James? Worthsea?
Are we still doing places?
Yeah, well,
So Velden, obviously.
Velden,
Yes.
Casino.
Casino, there is the big fancy yellow hotel.
The big
one with all
fancy yellow
The
hotel.
money boys staying. It's like £1,000 a night or something stupid.
I actually looked, funny enough, we had set our dates there, and when we were looking where to stay, that place was like literally 15 grand for to stay on.
Seriously.
15 G's.
And your man, what do you call him? Jason GTI. He stays over like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but
You have to pay for the parking spaces out the
they
front.
pay for the
And
parking
he gets them
spaces.
all. Because he brings his fleet. So he does.
Let me just bring my fleet of cars here. Yeah, fair play to him. Like, definitely a very good spot, like to just walk about and experience. Velden's actually a beautiful town.
I even without the cars.
It's
It's just
actually
a class
really
place
nice.
to be.
Really nice.
Yeah.
It's almost like, why are these kids coming here with all our slam motors?
Those flying motors.
But yeah, so Velden,
It's a good place at night to chill out.
yeah,
And
drink beer,
you
Yeah.
can drink beer. There's good food.
get a pizza.
And
Yes,
it
food
is
places, yeah.
very busy, like 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Aye. It's like, well, not that if you're from Northern Ireland, it's like Port Rush on Sunday night, you know.
It's a bit nicer in Port
But a
Rush.
bit better than that, you know. And I wouldn't have the Morellis now, you know.
They do have ice cream though. They got
Our
that
Port
really
Strips,
nice ice cream.
And they have, the casino has that underground car park. A lot of people take the photo shoots in.
yes.
That's right,
Take
because
the
we
photo
did it.
shoots.
A couple of years ago when it rained a lot.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
We're talking about
Completely lost my train of thought. Casinos. They shut it down. Sorry, that's what I was going to say. The police actually end up at night time.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
they close one side of it and force then all the cars to kind of go through to kind of stop. It's by 1 a.m. is it or something like that?
Yeah. As it gets more rowdy, like the crowds of people from either side slowly close in to the point that it's only
it's hard
really
to
like
even
a
get past.
single track
Yeah.
road.
and then at that point you definitely have to do a burnout
Yes.
if you're driving past.
And lots of people
It's
do.
like
It's
they
definitely.
probably beat your car if they don't.
It's a bit dodgy, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bit ropey like.
But-
And it's always like a polo or something that's doing a burnout.
Aye,
Like
they all hold
you
the
know.
cars as well.
Aye, they do,
They
they're
love
like-
to hold the cars while they're doing burnouts and front wheel drive polos. Because you can
no
get a rear,
offense to
because you can get a rear,
owners, of course, like, but
and because you can get a rear wheel drive polo, of course.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of the nighttime. Where else? I'm trying to think. Maria Worth is a nice little location. Not
Maria
Is that the
Worth.
one with the pier? I can't remember.
Is
Yes.
that not where the actual
that's
show
right
is?
beside Reifnitz. Reifnitz is where the show
Are we
is.
filmed Mercedes there?
Yeah, we filmed a couple of things there, but it's just a
Yeah.
nice place for a little location for photo shoots. On the other side of the lake, have you noticed, by the way, there's not much on the other side of the lake? We never really
No,
go
because
to
that's the motorway pretty much.
Yeah, we basically never go to the north side of the lake.
We drove it down it last year just because of where we were staying. But was our main way in the Velden.
How far away were you staying last year?
I think it was about 45 minutes to an hour away.
Was
So
it annoying every day?
It was. But
You
we
know-
were only there for like 2 days last year because we were in Italy first. And we did a wee drive.
James has something to say.
Where were we driving whenever we almost ended up in Slovenia? Was it Slovenia?
Slovakia.
Slovakia?
No,
Slovak-
Slovenia.
Slovenia.
I was
Slovenia?
going to say the Slovenian border is very close.
Yeah, I've wrote Slovakia.
Well, I wrote Slovenia.
Well,
Should we
tune in next week and you'll find out which country is to the south.
out here and see where it is.
That's to the south, isn't it? Right, but like
Sure.
we went through passport control by accident.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We
You
were
went through
really
passport
good.
control?
Yeah,
We didn't have
we
passports
we
either.
went deep.
Was this last year?
We didn't have passports either. Yeah, we basically were shooting Mo's Porsche and we just ended up
We'll just go down the road a little bit more.
following the GPS to try and get back on the motorway, and we ended up like driving through the access road for the boys that work in the passport huts, and then just drove past them all, and then just turned around the corner. All of a sudden, we're in passport control. We're in a different country, and we're just like,
We don't have passports.
none of us had passports or anything. They just actually waved us on. It was really, we were kind of lucky, to be fair. I
And they
think.
let you in?
No, well, we were ready. We managed to get into the country. We were trying to get back into Austria.
Oh, right, okay.
But
So
I don't really
you
know.
snuck into Slovenia then.
That
Slovakia or whatever it
sounds a bit raunchy there, Pete.
I was like, I was sneaking in with the smart cars in the Austria last year because we weren't allowed to go in.
oh, because you're.
Well, the rental company wouldn't let us drive in Austria.
You better hope they're not listening.
Gold car. Screw you guys. Probably shouldn't have said the brand of the car rental. But I thought that woman in Italy sitting watching you.
She just went, oh!
How dare they?
I can't believe it.
They got us.
What else? Excess Car Night is in Klagenfurt, where previously mentioned. It's the other side of the lake than Velden. Them guys have tapped into the market well. Like,
Is this happening again this year?
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, as mentioned, it's a week before everyone goes. Sorry. Or 2 weeks before. An Excess Car Night. You were like, you know what'd be a good idea? We put an actual car show on there. And now basically everyone goes around that event, around that week. And so that's when their event is. So that's actually good fun because it's in the name. It's at night. So everyone just goes gets lit.
It seemed to be like I watched the vlog last week, and
Yeah.
because we didn't make it last year because we were stuck at a place having dinner. So
I know. I was like texting going to use that.
You were like, "Where are you?" I was like,
Stuff that you
"Mate,
can't
we
get out."
haven't even got our flipping main course yet." Like, and it was like 10:00.
Yeah, so that was good crack actually last year.
Yeah.
Definitely recommended to do that.
It did make that weekend though. Like the traffic was,
Ah, it was
it was
mental.
ridiculous. You couldn't drive
Trying to get
anywhere
into
'cause the
Velden.
whole place just
Trying to
stopped.
get into Velden at all was mental at some points. Like,
It's sometimes worth just walking about rather than trying to drive, especially to the petrol station because like you're just like, do you remember last year what we were doing in the van? Holy crap! I just remembered. we rented this like, what was it? It's a T9. Is that what it is? Transporter.
It's like, yeah, like a 9-seater.
Is a T9 the right thing?
I'm not a transporter guy. That's just say yes.
You're a Volkswagen guy.
I know T9. It would be like the last one I know of was like a T5.
Yeah, see,
So
T5
it's going to be like a T6.
T6. Let's
Where
go
the hell
T6.
did I get with T9?
It was a 9-seater.
That's what I meant.
That's how
Hey!
Adam's brain works.
Transporter 9.
You tell me that the T5 isn't a 5-seater?
Most vans are like 3-seater.
Oh, well, there you go. I was incorrect, but hey, it's okay. That's what I thought T9 meant all along. Hey. Anyway, we had a transporter. And we thought we were better than everyone basically and decided just we would take all the back roads. We're like, screw this traffic. We're not winning any traffic. And I was using the GPS on my phone to like drive in between fields, like down all the little lanes, over like all these little tiny access roads, down footpaths, everything.
Footpaths?
Oh,
We
What
decided
about the pedestrians?
we decided
but-
if there was like a junction like about 20 cars away on the left that we could bypass those 20 cars on the other side of the road and make it there. And then like whenever cars are coming towards us, we'd just nip into people's
To be
driveways.
fair, like whenever you're following
Terrifying.
Adam in a car, it is pretty terrifying. Like,
I was driving. Adam is shouting at me, being like, "Go, go!" And I'd be like, "Wah!"
Adam's just like, I don't care about these people.
you really look like Evan out of Superbad there. Really appreciated that. But yeah, basically exactly what James was saying. So we were on the other side of the road, driving down the road, and be a car driving towards. We're like, oh shit, where do we go? And just pull into someone's driveway and be like, oh, hazards on, oh, nothing's here. And then they drive back, oh, and away we go again. It worked really well. We cut out quite a bit of traffic.
Yeah.
So that's the approach then. Just
Yeah, now we're getting to the real tips.
We
right.
drive on this side of the road in our country, so we will continue.
we will stay on the side. All right.
It was just getting really frustrating that all these people were just sitting. They were all getting out of their cars and all. Because
Yeah,
like, there was so much traffic. They were literally standing out of their cars.
I think it was
we're like,
last
we
year
have
we
places
were-
to be here.
We were actually what did we buy? I needed to really confer with Tom here. we bought
Ding,
something. We
ding,
bought something. It was like
ding, ding,
tennis
ding.
rackets or something, and we were hitting. No, it was badminton. That's what it was. And then every time we stopped, we play like a game with them.
Yeah.
So we did.
That's nice.
So that's something to do in traffic. It's
Top
like bored,
tips
like.
for trafficking.
So
Yeah.
we were the people driving by you, basically. Like, you were out of your cars playing
Could well be
ping pong
yeah.
or something. We were
No,
just-
because we would have like hit them at you. Because that's kind of what we were doing. We weren't really
Yeah,
playing with
and we-
each other. We're playing with the cars.
Oh, all right, gotcha. So what else last year did we do?
There's also speed cameras absolutely everywhere.
Was there?
Are there?
Yeah.
Oh, on the way down
No.
No, they're
in-
not just on the motorway though.
No.
in the tunnels.
In the towns, there's those little boxes.
Is there?
Oh my god. Here. Just remembered, like first year we went. How many speeding fines did I get?
Yeah.
I'm
A
sure
lot.
the second year you couldn't drive in Austria. James had to take over.
That's why James drives now. I think
We got to the German border, and I was like, "Get out!"
I think first year, basically, like I won't be coming back to Austria. So about 2 months after we got home, I got like 6 speeding fines. I think they're a good couple of grand, like
They're in the town, no, like.
a couple of G's of speeding fines, and I just never paid them. So like I'm probably a wanted man in Austria. So now
to wear
James
the
drives,
skies.
and I just sit in the passenger seat shouting at him.
It's time to drive on the other side of the road now.
You got you did got
You got good.
You did good. You got
You
one
got the
speeding
good?
fine last year, didn't you?
Yeah.
I paid it because it's probably my fault.
Did you get one last year?
Yeah, I paid it for him. So I paid that one, but mine were like,
The car I was driving wasn't even in my name, so it didn't really matter.
whose name was it?
And guys,
Oh, okay.
He's
That's,
older,
that's
so it
somebody
doesn't
called
matter.
Guy, by the way, not just a guy.
no, Guy Hano.
um,
He's old. He wouldn't even know how to work a podcast. Podcast, what's that there?
so last year we obviously had the transporter. We drove down from Munich.
Yeah, so
That's kind of. We should probably speak about what we actually typically do as well, and how we actually go about going over the sea. Coming from Northern Ireland, we fly out of Dublin because Belfast airports suck. Dublin directly to Munich, rent a car in Munich, and drive 5 hours,
Yeah, 4 or 5.
4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
South over to the border, and down into Velden. The end. There you go. Now you have the information.
You do have to pay extra fees for driving into Austria. Normally
Like a
with your rental
toll,
car
isn't there?
provider, make sure that you do that.
We
And
are
then-
basically a travel
And you need to
podcast.
buy, let's use the word vignette.
Oh my god!
Oh, the Vignetti?
Yes.
Yes,
The wee sticker you
have
put in
to
your
get-
window.
You just didn't buy one last year, did you? I
We did,
remember-
aye.
Oh,
We
did you
had to
did?
buy one to get into Austria, I think.
Okay. I just remember somebody being like, you have to have one of them? What?
Yeah.
We had to get it like somewhere near the border, and then I was used sweet for driving through Austria. It wasn't that dear. It was only like
Yeah.
€10 or something.
Yeah.
Per car, yeah. Last year also I had that really bad toothache, do you remember? And then, oh no, it was 2 years ago. Mark was from Russia and he had like these Russian tablets. It was just all Russian writing over them. And he was like, Adam, take these. And I was just like, oh, flip man, my tooth's so sore. So I just started taking these Russian tablets and I was just like, what are these?
You weren't in a great mood that year because that was the year that all the
Lost
bags
the-
went
Aye,
missing.
they lost the bags as
And
well.
James had to drive back to Munich.
I did.
Even
But we
though
did
the-
have that Focus ST, which is all right.
That's right. Where it had this like the speaker in the car and it sounded like fast as. I'm not gonna swear.
You can swear, Pete. That's fine. Go do it.
Fast as fuck.
There we go. Shout out
Yeah,
to
sure.
Lipo, by the way, and in the last one commented on the podcast saying, Adam, after literally 15 seconds or something, I dropped an F-bomb in the podcast. He messaged
And you're
me.
complaining about me. I do swear a lot, like, but I've been keeping it pretty good here, like.
That's all right. Don't worry. We don't get insulted.
But yes, I remember you sitting on the phone with Aaron Angus while we were doing like one of the shoots, trying to get your bags back. And it turned out they were in Munich for like 2 days already,
Aye.
and they didn't even tell you.
Useless bastards.
And then James had to do a wee drive on his own
I did.
back to Munich, which he was okay with. 'Cause I think James likes being on his own.
I actually drove the whole way back with you, Jordy.
Jordy?
Oh, yeah. Was that him heading home, was it?
Yeah.
There you go.
In a straight piped GT86. It
Oh,
sounded
yes,
like
that's
hell
right.
the entire way.
Right enough. Remember you telling me about that actually? He's Belgium. What's his
Yeah.
Instagram name? Beat you on the
Was
spot.
he-
Jordy Media?
One of the guys that was with the Ferrari shoot?
He's always with
No.
Mike Crot.
Mike Crot.
Oh, yes.
Big Mike,
hilarious.
as we call him.
Me and him got really drunk in Italy. Did I not see the photos?
I thought that was the story over. The end.
When we in Italy?
Whenever we went to that Stansland.
When we went to that stance land, sounds like a theme park.
I'm not even going to lie, I don't even remember.
Well, you weren't
well, it was
there.
good.
I know you weren't there, but I don't even remember you going
It was before H2O.
last year.
Yes.
It was very Italian.
It was in Italy.
Didn't know you went. How was the pizza?
Fantastic.
We have pizza every day. That's the best thing about Italy.
That's one thing you go about with Velden as well. It's pretty much all pizza places.
I just love pizza. James loves a wee margarita. Can't beat it.
Mm-hmm. No pesto though.
No, no messy pesto.
Right. What else we
So
got
if
here?
you don't fly, you drive.
Drive people. A lot of people
A
drive
lot of
from
people
the UK.
drive. Yeah.
Yes.
We looked into driving from the UK, but it's a long drive.
Is this
Especially because you have to take a boat.
you considering it this year? Or?
No, we're not going to do it.
Not gonna
We're
bother.
going to fly. We're gonna fly.
That takes 4 days out that I don't have to worry about.
Yeah, like it takes.
It was the 4 extra days. I was just like,
Man, we drove to Poland, like, and see when you're actually trying to come back from Poland, it's like we just want to be home. It's like
I know.
that drive home.
That's what I was thinking, because we were obviously talking about driving the van, and then I was like, that's grand driving over, but it's the drive home. You'd be like, I don't want to do this.
And like it takes a day just to get to
And we've like
Eurotunnel.
an extra boat as well compared to most other people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It takes a whole day just to get the flipping edge of the UK. You haven't even left the UK.
Yeah.
Well, you technically do through Ireland, and then you get back in, you know.
But
Then it takes another, almost like realistically, you should do that in another 2 days. Like, but you could blast that in one.
a lot of
full
people,
day.
I think, when they do the drive, they stop in Munich
Yeah.
and spend the night, and then
Which I think is
carry
really
on from
strange, because
there.
you've basically done the whole drive at that
I
point.
was going to say, when you're in Munich,
Well,
you're only
what's
like
4
4 hours
hours?
away. It's like, just carry on.
4 hours between friends. So yeah, we're gonna drive. We're gonna fly. Sorry. People have a lot of trouble, James, when they're driving. Is this correct?
Yes, this is
There was
correct.
quite a calamity last year.
There was
with,
quite a calamity.
Quite a few people. One of them being your man Georgie, with his Civic. And then what do you call your man that has the green Mercedes? Joshua.
Yes.
Josh.
They got
Stopped and
Stopped.
impounded.
They did. I think the story was did they not park across from a police station in a services, and then the police were like, no problem. That's like you put it on
Fresh.
boys. You know,
Fresh meat.
that's exactly what it was. You know, and then I think they impounded all the cars, whether they were like lowered a wee bit. Or,
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Germany is like, oh, beer man. Beer man's back.
I'm nursing this boy over here. Like,
We will be taking comments. We'll be taking comments in the comments. We're taking comments. We're taking comments in the YouTube channel to see if you can guess who
The
beer
way
man
you
is.
pour that, James.
This is how you get the perfect head on a beer.
I will describe what you're doing. James is currently strangling a can of Guinness upside down, and
He spilt a bit.
he spilled a bit.
You don't. I was gonna say you needed the harp thing. But
No,
you
we don't
have the
have
harp
those
on
on
it.
our.
We forgot to discuss what we're drinking today.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
It's the same as last week. Or
well,
last
me and
month.
James are drinking Guinness, and you're drinking a wee burr, aren't you?
I got a Moretti this year.
Burr.
This year?
It's burr.
Pete loves to call it Burra. Did I say this year?
Yep.
What the hell is wrong with me?
Is this a yearly podcast?
Yes,
Is it?
welcome to 2020. We are here to stay. Yes, last month I complained I
You
had.
should probably do, if you're going to do this, like do a different beer every month. You know, like something
Yeah.
really random.
I don't drink anything but Guinness.
That's probably we probably should have talked about that during the week. Like,
Well, you know what? I got my
Here we
Moretti.
are.
I changed beer, James.
I
well, this is
didn't.
my first one, so
You will not be back.
I'll not be back. It's already too much for me.
Make it count.
What else you got? What else you got on that list there, James?
We finished on with the German place and how if you're going to drive through Germany, you should probably drive through it sensibly and air it up and
Yeah,
not in a car.
doesn't
They're
help,
very
like,
strict on their
their modifications. Yes,
Is that what they're
pretty much
called?
you can't modify cars.
Yeah, so whenever you're rolling through with, not to be suggestive of anyone, but with your arch sitting in the barrel, rolling across the motorway, you're probably going to get in trouble.
like airing out. Yeah, driving down the motorway, aired out. It's probably going to attract attention. Like,
Also, since we have not actually been in modified cars, we don't really know how the police act. But at our meet, they whenever we were at the meet, a lot of people got done for not having front number plates.
At the ILB meet, yeah.
Because I remember there was a couple of English cars that got in trouble for that.
right?
So I think your car has to be pretty legit if
Oh,
you're going to take it.
Austrian police.
Quite nice, but
you
firm.
think they're nicer than the Germans? The Germans.
Yeah.
The Germans.
I think they're quite firm, but I think they're fair enough.
Firm.
They just
Fair.
love to whip that card machine out and
Oh,
get some
yeah,
money
yeah.
off you. Like
It's
that's
like,
really what they love to do. Like,
Boys,
what
Do they have
about
a car machine?
mate? You'd be standing there and be like, don't like the look of your jib, son. Get the car machine out, contact this, bang, bang, €100.
see ya.
Maybe a little bit more professional than that. But Andy from Keen Suspensions got in trouble at our meet. I don't even know why. Was it him?
He doesn't have a front plate.
Was it the plane?
Yeah.
And he got his ass out. You see it in our film.
Oh,
he literally
yeah.
just whipped the bags down.
There was an issue the year before, I think, with when we were filming his car.
Yeah.
Remember something happened to it, and then the police just came and started
yeah,
doing
it was
dicks
down
for
or
no
something.
reason.
Yeah, but he whipped his ass out actually, and that at that meet, I stand beside the cops, which is pretty funny. Like that,
Good looking ass.
Miocus.
Miocus.
I
Still
got-
don't know what that means. Like,
Something about like a meow of a cat. but you do it towards a
Really?
Do you know
female.
whenever, like,
So
oh,
there's
here we
like-
go, James. Here we go.
if you're with a boy, like, and they're all like, but it's like,
So it's a bit nicer.
What?
that's like the way that they use it. They don't do the barking thing.
Because do we
I was
bark
going to
at
say, do
women?
we bark at each other?
Well, not us personally, but I mean,
Does
Not
that-
us fine
is that like
gentlemen.
a-
I would never bark at a woman.
hello, how do you do?
Hello there. Good to see you. Oh.
So you get on like a full dog.
So-
Hello there, can I sniff your butt? You
They,
know?
they just say meow.
Ah, right, okay. So Miyoko was
There you
like,
go.
what's happening?
So in
I think it
Belgium,
means like
they-
meow.
Meow.
You're missing it here, Pete.
I am.
You've went straight back to what's
It's
happening.
really, we're losing it in this translation here. So we are.
Woof, woof, woof.
Yes. Meow,
Meow.
meow, meow. Yeah, well, just I carry on to something else there. That,
Oh, sorry, well,
we're not
I
going to
wrote-
clear that up there.
Do you remember that time it snowed?
It snowed.
we didn't go.
I know, but do you remember that time that it snowed and
I
everyone
wasn't
was
there.
just like, whoa, it's snowing?
I wasn't there.
That was the year I think Guy went.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, should we talk about our friend Guy going to the wrong week?
And taking a Honda.
This is why we're doing this.
He really missed it there, didn't he?
This is why we're doing this podcast, so you don't go the wrong week. Go the right week, unlike our friend Guy.
Yeah.
What do you do?
You went the wrong week.
Don't I knew you were gonna say that. But like, what week did he go? Did he go too early or too late? Did he go? He went over the actual event.
Yeah, he did.
He went over the actual
went
event.
later, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think they wanted to do the event. I was like, suckers.
Oh, so they actually didn't. They didn't do it by accident.
No, I think they wanted to go
Oh.
to the show.
I actually thought they just
No, they didn't just go in
made
it.
a fuck up.
Where is everybody? You know, but no, I think he
sure
wanted to
there's-
go to the show.
Lots of Volkswagen enthusiasts.
Well, there
there.
is lots of
Right.
people who want to go to the show.
So
but,
he went to the actual show with a Honda,
well, I don't think he showed the Honda.
bright
But-
yellow,
Yeah,
Civic.
yeah.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure he did a couple of burnouts outside the casino.
Classy guy.
I think he had to. Like,
Gummy.
they're probably going to burn him out if he didn't. How dare you bring not the Volkswagen? We'll burn
What a-
you.
Everett weather, if you want to talk about the weather.
Weather.
Wow, this really is
Do you need to know-
travel podcast here, guys. Welcome back to the ILB Drivers Club travel podcast. Today we're talking about Austria. Shine your shoes, get your light tar ready. What? Oh Jesus!
You need to know what clothes to pack.
Oh my God!
I mean,
I mean, like,
we've been on holiday before.
no, hold on. James clearly has some.
Whoa,
prepared
say
here.
that,
Whoa. Let the man speak.
I was going to say James is always very prepared for things like this because he has all the best clothes.
Everett warm low down,
Oh,
cold high up.
right. So top
Be
half.
prepared. No, not your body, the altitude.
Yeah,
Do you not remember whenever
well-
we had our car meet and it was freezing?
I right enough because we went right to the top.
So
last
you're
year.
not saying wear a hoodie with shorts?
Well, that would be.
Well,
no.
I wore shorts with a hoodie last
But
year.
I mean, that works.
and
Whatever
we went
works
right
for
to the
you.
top where there was snow, and it was
All right.
fine. So,
There you go. I just mean pack a hoodie. All right.
all right, calm down, James. Half a Guinness and he's getting ready. Like,
So we're talking about Where the Sea. We're going to wrap up on Where the Sea, but there's a couple of things left to talk about. I wanted to mention some photo locations for people that want to go down and take photos.
Yes.
A really good one, actually. I have to pull up my maps here just to describe where this is. It's south of Where the Sea. It's south of Velden. It's almost like directly south of Velden. There's like a river. There's not like a river. There is a river. It kind of winds around. And there's a place called Frog. And there's a place called Dijschitz.
the dye
That's how I
shits.
think you said anyway. Anyway, if you just drive around there and actually there's no traffic, lots of open fields. You can see the river. There's a little bridge. If you follow that river, you will find a little bridge where we filmed Moe's Porsche in our last Where the Sea film. And there's lots of places you can take photos and have peace where there'll be nobody else kind of about. So definitely recommend there for photo shoots. Anywhere you remember, James, that would kind of be
Where's
worthwhile?
the actual show at?
Reifnitz.
There's that little jetty that everyone takes photos at. That's where that is if you're looking for it.
There you go.
Right.
We've never once taken a photo there.
No, but everyone takes a photo
I think
there.
right, that's just as a place is a great place to take
Yeah.
a photo of your car as
It's
well.
it's a lovely little town to sit and chill as well. There is where is it as well? There is, of course, the Northern Lake, as we call it, the Northern Lake, but it's obviously got a proper name.
Is that where we stayed 2
yeah.
years ago?
When we stayed there we stayed there a first time, we stayed there in a second time. Really funny story actually is the reason we went to Where the Sea is because Alex from Fitted was posting on
remember
Instagram
this.
and they were like, they had a boat and they were like, I was like, these ball bags are literally in Worthesea. They're out in a boat. They're flipping having the time of our lives. Why have we not went to Worthesea? And I just remember sitting. I was like, James, do you go to Worthesea here? Sitting on the computer, I was like, looking at flying. Not too expensive. Not too. Where would we stay? Just shows you, by the way, the difference in the prices from 3 years ago to now. Because like when we're booking our stuff, the prices and ever is fully booked, and the prices are through the roof. But 3 years ago, we took a last minute. We booked a flight for 2 days away, wasn't it? It was on a Thursday, wasn't it? And then we booked it for the Saturday.
Pretty like sharpish, because I remember you phoned me. You were like, "Pete, want to go to Worthesea?" And I was just like, "When?" He was like, 2 days. And I was just like, "Nah, too much work on." Like,
so yeah, on the Thursday, I just said to James, "All right, screw it. Alex is there. They're in a flipping boat. I want to be in a boat. Don't know why the boat. It was such a big deal, but sure." And then 2 days later, we were on a plane to Worthesea, and the flights were cheap enough. The apartment was cheap enough, but when we rocked up, we drove around the corner to this place, which was like, remember Stefan? He kept ringing me flat out. I was like, he's like, Stefan! That's actually how he sounds. And he was like, I don't know why he was saying his own name either. How often you ring people and just be like, Adam! But anyway, we were driving, we turned a corner, and then James went, I think this is where Alex is staying. I went, no, this is where we're staying. Flipping there in the apartment below us. Of the whole, whole flipping.
Out of all the places you could book, you booked the same places then?
Booked the exact same place. Didn't even realise, and which is good crack. But that's really, really nice. That's in a place called, let me see if I can butcher this as well, Annenheim.
Sounds about
Yes,
right.
Annenheim.
Thank you. So that's at the Northern Lake, and there's a really nice car park there where a lot of people do shoots, where you can oversee that lake. And basically, we used that in our first film. Bless yourself, James.
Bless me, sorry.
We used that in our first film for all our drone stuff of actually one lake Worthesea. It wasn't even the actual lake. It was I remember when we arrived, we actually thought that was the lake as well. We were like,
Where is everybody?
I think that's the lake. Yes, we know everything. Wasn't the lake. There's a really nice castle up there on the edge.
That's right, yeah. At the corner.
Really nice. So, but yeah, Annenheim car park, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Go see it.
Je ne sais quoi.
Any other photo locations? Hey, very nice. Multilingual, Pete.
That's me.
Bringing other cultures.
Pretty much everywhere is just really...
Yeah, it's just a pretty place. So it is.
He's just waiting for me to speak.
I was just waiting to see what we're moving on to.
No, I was just saying if there's any other photo locations
No,
that you can think of.
even-
Mention the car park under.
Well, obviously, there's the Alpinestrasse for photos.
Yeah. Brilliant location. You could shoot the whole way up that. Load of different car parks, different kind of advantages you can look at. Around Fackersea, if you just drive around Fackersea as well, there's little windy roads and kind of nice car park. There's a lovely car park with like a jetty beside Fackersea where we shot the 996 a couple of years ago. Yeah.
I think you'd really struggle to go to Worthesea and not find somewhere to...
Yeah.
Absolutely. What else have you got for us, James? Any other things to wrap our Worthesea discussion?
Have you any funny stories about your Worthesea trips?
Nope. No fun.
Absolutely
whatsoever.
nothing.
Never
It's
a fun
serious
trip.
from start
It's
to finish.
always so serious. You had fun though last year in your smart cars.
Yeah, we tried to go up the Alpinestrasse in the smart cars. Probably not the best car to take up because we had to stop about 4 or 5 times to let them cool down because they were struggling so bad. But it was good fun. And then we were... Actually, I wasn't even up the Alpinestrasse. It was... What do you call the road to the pyramid?
The Paragongal.
Paradongle.
Paradongle?
The dongle. We were heading up there, and then there's always traffic, and people sit at the corners watching you, and do launches and stuff. So we tried to do launches in the smart cars, but all they really did was kind of wheelie a bit, and then just sort of.
They actually did a wheelie.
Oh, they're like, it's hard to explain, but you dropped the clutch and just went.
For people listening, Pete just jerked back and forward in his
jerking
chair.
motion.
Let me describe what Pete's doing while you do that.
Oh, do it again.
Do it again. Dirt. Back. Dirt. Forward.
Really should have filmed that.
So you don't have a video of it now?
Don't think so.
Okay. But you tried
Sorry
to
about that.
You tried to wheelie a smart car?
Yeah,
Didn't
try to
work.
wheelie. If we could find the fuse for the traction control, I think we could have successfully wheelied one.
Yes.
But,
Just have to take your word for it then.
I
you will have to, yeah.
really hope this woman in Italy is not listening to this because like you've put
Here,
your foot
come
in it.
find me.
She's crying. Okay, so Where the Sea 2020, we will be there. We're doing that meet. We're going to Access Car Night. We're going to have some limited edition merch. I always say that. Which one is it, Rob?
Merch.
Merch. It's merch. Gonna have some limited edition merch coming out before Where the Sea. It'll be for sale sometime in April. And then again, we'll have some t-shirts and stuff. We may be trading at Access Car Night, to be confirmed. Keep an eye on our Instagram for that. What else have we got to say about Where the Sea, James? To wrap it up, anything that you would like to mention?
You should definitely go because it's probably the best.
Yeah, it's like a bucket list show
Yeah.
to go to, really, isn't it? Like,
It'll blow your mind the first
Yeah.
time that you go because there is literally just cars everywhere and they're all finished to a
very high standard. Well, actually, there's not just cars everywhere. There's B5s everywhere.
There is
So
not
there's
actually fun.
Here, that's a
there's
very
B5
good,
heaven.
that's a very good point that we haven't actually mentioned. The quality of cars.
Yeah.
You know, because we go to so many car shows and the quality of cars, let's be honest, is not always great.
Yeah.
But in Where the Sea, it is. You know,
It's the
it's
best of the best.
because I think it comes down to if you can afford to drive your car from wherever you are in Europe, go pay the prices for their hotels, stay there for a week. Maybe some people stay for 2 weeks. You're gonna have a bit of cash about you, like you know what I mean. So most of the boys and girls that go down, the cars are very, very high standard, and all shapes and models as well. You know, it's really is no longer just a Volkswagen event. There really is a bit of everything. Those boys at Keen Suspensions kind of show that, and we try and put that in our film the last 2 years. You know, from his Ferrari 308 to the Pantera, it's, you know, a bit of everything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You'll definitely see something you've never seen before if you go to Where the Sea, like,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Like.
I'd never seen a Pantera before. I remember like,
that-
like what
like-
the hell is this?
That's probably the first one I've ever seen, like, and I've known of the car, but never
Yeah.
seen one in real life.
I'll be honest, I never knew anything about that car.
Yeah.
No, not a clue. I never even knew
It was
what it
very,
was.
very loud. So
It was extremely
Yeah.
loud.
I mean, there's been straight pipe cars, like, but that's like it was like the pipe was like that long. For people listening, it was about 10 inches.
That's a lot. That's a short 10 inches there, Pete.
We'll compare it with something else.
Okay, so that's Where the Sea wrapped up. Hopefully you find something interesting. Hopefully you'll go. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Yep. Say hello to me.
Say hello to James.
Don't say hello to me.
What we're going to do now, really quick, I think, is we're going to pick a winner from our competition last year. Might as well do that
Last
right now.
year?
Jesus
you really
Christ.
need to work out what a year and
Look,
a month is.
Where are you living like right now?
The future. I'm pretty sure I did that in the last
Because you
podcast
were
too.
talking about T9s and they haven't even come out yet.
Pete, while we're on our little break there, Tom came over and showed me what a T9 transporter looks like in Google Images. I would recommend you to go Google because it looks very well.
That's
and
lovely, yeah.
I can confirm that is what we were driving.
The exact vehicle.
The exact vehicle. Okay, so we're going to pick a random comment from our last podcast comments, which was last month. There you go.
Nailed it.
It was like
To
last
win?
week, like, but you know.
Do you want to pull up the comments there, James, and see what you can come up with?
My phone's turned off, but sure.
Oh, you're the sort of lad that goes to the cinema and it's like, please turn off your phone. Now you're like, James, let me get my phone. Turns off everyone's phone that's with them and all. 100% you. All right. Well, while you're turning it back on, let me have a look at the comments. Thank you very much, by the way, for people who give us some feedback and some questions. We're going to get to the questions in a minute, but first I'm going to pick a random winner, completely random. La 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 la.
Make it more random.
I don't random.
I don't like how not random that is.
All right. Should I copy the link into some random comment generator?
Ooh, that'd be cool.
All right. Okay. Let me do that. Talk amongst yourselves. Give me a quick second there.
Hi, James.
I think we can do that in post, but I'm not too sure how this works.
What do we do?
Okay, so I've got the random comment picker here. So we have a winner. Here we go. 3, 2, I don't know why I'm counting. 1. Oh, there is actually countdown. Win.
That's amazing.
The winner is. I can't believe this guy won. Because whenever I seen this comment, we had a discussion about this in the office, and James was like, "Why did this guy post this comment?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And we went and looked. Can you?
Is it not a good
It's
comment?
that guy. Basically, this guy is the comment is, or I'll read the comment first. James and Jay, you are shit. Fully enjoyed this boys being out about all day. Music gets boring after a while, and I've been looking for a podcast to get into, and this is exactly what I needed. Certainly make them more frequently if you feel you have enough time, topics to discuss. Sound quality was clear too. Lots of love, Christopher X. So the winner is the car R Boyne. Is that am I saying that right? Am I saying that wrong?
It kind of looks like car bone. A bit.
Carbon.
Carbon. The carbon.
Any use the word carbon?
It's carbon.
There we go.
Well, he's posted it with so many like different.
I know
capital
there's so many
letters.
different.
Car.
Carbone.
All right, well here,
on.
you know what? I couldn't have picked a better comp myself. I do agree, James and Jay are shit. So congratulations to Car.
I want to know why he thinks you're shit.
Well,
Yes.
I'd like to point out that Jay got real upset and thinks that he has missed out the. So thinks we are James and Jay are the shit.
oh, right.
I actually
okay.
think I replied.
Nah,
to
I
the-
think he just says you're shit.
Yeah, I absolutely like.
I think I replied to it asking him that. I was like, so maybe he's answered. Well, anyway, the Carbon, please email us at hey@ilovebase.co.uk to claim your prize and explain why you think James and Jay are shit.
We're
Or
gonna
they
spit
are
on
the
your
shit,
prize.
but they're shit.
Okay, so we're going to answer some questions that were in the last podcast. We haven't really done too much Q&As in the past, so this is going to be interesting. Hopefully there's some decent questions here. If you guys found any there. Let's see. This guy, Connor Sherrock, great first podcast. Is ILB now your full-time jobs, or have you used the camera skills acquired to branch off into different ventures? I like that. ILB is not our full-time job. Our company is called The Hype Factory. We're a media production company. We make videos and photos for clients for money, basically. So if you want a video, hire us now. But we also obviously have ILB based out of the same office. A lot of people that are involved in Hype Factory are involved in ILB. But primarily it's James and I and Big C that would do the majority of ILB work. And then Jordan as well does the orders. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, I suppose. Everyone does a bit of, like that, mixed bag. Everyone does a bit of everything. But yes, to answer your question, we have drifted off into different ventures.
This comment saying, love it, lads. 100% get Pete and Tom on next.
Successful.
Yeah.
We've already answered that one. There's Pete. Sorry, Tom. Tom's actually here.
Tom's
right now.
here, but he's
in
not.
the background.
Yeah.
We only have 3 mics.
That's all right.
We should
We can get rid
maybe
of
get a
Ian,
fourth.
Put Tom in.
Tom, would you like
Hi.
to take my
Do you want
place?
to take over?
Okay, so other questions we have. Let's see. Are you on?
Avo did comments very upset that he was not mentioned in our video because he said that he's really surprised we didn't get a mention given we've experienced nearly all of yous on the roads over the years.
Okay.
James is Cleo more than once.
Should we explain that a little bit?
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so we have a couple of friends, won't name them, but well, James is ready to give the nickname, but
Yeah.
that are police officers in Northern Ireland, and we have ran into them on numerous occasions.
Yeah, if you go past them with a headlight or something out, you'll normally get a wee message saying you can fix that headlight.
I'm trying to think, actually. Well, actually, one of the most recent one was one of the guys, I was in my M3 and I was coming around into the office, basically, so it was just the corner before we got into the office. And I seen the police like pull in behind me just after the motorway, and they followed me right to that junction. I was like, "Flip, why are these guys following me here?" Pulled around, was maybe 200 meters from the office. Blues and twos go on, the lights come on. I'm like, oh, fuck. Pulls me over and parked the side road. And I'm like, right, okay. So I was like, I haven't done anything wrong. And you haven't done anything wrong. Well, I had no number plate in the front. But but they basically pulled me over, and a guy came up at the window, and I had a clue who it was. And he was just like, going a bit faster. And I was like, oh, wasn't it? He goes, well, you know, I just thought I'd pull you over anyway because the car looks very low to the ground there. You know, that's a bit too low, that car. And I was like, it's just coilovers. You know, he goes, looks like a snowplow to me. You know, like give me the whole, like, question me about it. And I was starting to go, oh, Jesus, not one of these ball bags. And
That's it, maybe listening.
and then all of a sudden, he goes, come out here and have a look at front of this. I got out of the car and all came around, and I was looking at the front, and he was pointing on it, and I got quite like, you know, like defensive, like, mate, it's fitted, fully insured. And all he goes, does your insurance company know about it? And I goes, yes, of course they know about it. It's fine, you know, like he goes, it's normal height, it's just lowered. And I turn around, there he is, standing there, flipping, just standing there. He's like, ha ha ha. He's like, basically got his partner to come up and scare the shit out of me, like, so. I just got my ball bag and left.
One night in the Clio, I was driving past a petrol station with Lewis McClay in my passenger seat, and there was this police car just sitting in the forecourt, and I drove past it, and I looked in and recognized that one of the passengers was bald, so I was like, fair idea who that was. So anyway, out comes the cop car straight behind me, and I was just like, okay, here we go. Pulls up beside me, I look at him, and I'm like, okay. Lewis, absolutely none the wiser to who this was. I just dropped it down a gear and off I went, like shot away. And Lewis was just like, James, what are you doing? That's the place. It's just like, I was like, doesn't matter, we'll smoke them. So blipped the whole way down the road. And I was going to McDonald's, so like it was a 2-lane road, and I switched off right, and they went straight on. And he was going, they didn't even stop us. What's going on? So we got our McDonald's, and we were sitting in the car park, and we were sitting eating away, and he was still absolutely confused at what had happened. And all of a sudden, this police car just pulls across the front of our car, and they both get out, and he was going,
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, James. And there he was, straight up to the window, and he's like, Right, James. I was like, how's it going?
See, I have a story about them, like, but they don't know me, you see, obviously, but it was one time.
Oh, they just pulled you over.
Yeah, pretty much. I was in
Give
the
you
back
3
seat of
points.
this car, and it's actually a person we're not friends with anymore, shall we say? But I thought they were going to listen, so I don't really care. Yeah, so we were fine coming off the carriageway, and these policemen had
These policemen.
we know their names, but I'm not saying. They had pulled over. I think it was actually an IS-200, and they're also giving this wee lad a talking to. I don't know what he was doing. I assume he was diffing.
Dun,
Not
dun,
diffing.
dun.
How dare he? And yeah, we went past this car, and then one of the guys who was in our car decided to hang out the window and shout at them. So he just hung out the window and just went, "Arr!" Like out there. And of course they were like, right, is that right? And of course they came and pulled us over and gave him an absolute ball tune. So that,
Rightly so.
but they weren't like, oh, hey Pete, how's it going? Like you guys, you get the inside scoop here, like.
I was on the way back passing Apple Green M1. People in other countries haven't a clue what I just said. Driving back to Belfast, in other words, on the motorway. There we go. There's a bit more multicultural. And again, I passed a police car. It wasn't speeding. It was just past him, and then he sped up a wee bit. I was like, I just always have that, that feeling of regret. You're like, oh no. And then the police car's like slowly coming up. I don't know what they're doing in that time, like where they see you, so they pull you over. What are they doing?
Is that time for?
What are they doing in that time? Like,
I thought that was the radar thing to make sure they get.
Nah, I think they're
get a
just
reading of
they're
speed.
just
I think
trying to scare you.
I think they're hunting you at that point. They know that you're sweating. But then lights go on, pull me over, and I say, oh Jesus, what have I done now? And then they come up and they're just like, what's happening on him? Just pulled me over for a chat. She just pulled me over for a chat. And I was just like, right, what's happening?
You were shitting yourself.
There you go. They definitely they could have a whole podcast by themselves. Maybe they could.
You should bring them in.
Maybe they
Come
should
join.
come on. We just blur out their face and
Aye,
like one of those
definitely.
BBC documentaries. Where it's like,
use like what do you call those voice things that like change your voice now?
I was pulling you.
I've been practicing that voice just for this moment. There you go, Logan Scott, James, you're gay.
I was about to pull that one up.
That's
I
an
enjoyed
Irish-
that one too.
It's going to come out sometime, like, and I'm glad that it came out now.
Sorry, man.
So do you want to explain Logan Scott's your girlfriend's brother? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not just getting
12 or 13, and
a 12-year-old's rinsing you on
cooler than me,
YouTube.
like. Comes in
God,
doing
like-
like TikTok dances, and I'm just like, oh.
That is a very 12-year-old response, to be fair. James, you're gay.
Here's a question. Rolling Deep Crew asks, favorite car show you've been to? Worth see isn't a car show, so I'm going to say racism.
Yes.
I would agree.
Racism, and then that's in the worldwide, and then for
Yeah.
one local, I'd say Players Classic.
Paris Classics
yeah.
local down the road.
UK based, definitely players.
Same
Classic.
country, right?
Different country, I'd say.
Nah.
I like this guy.
What
Colin
else we
Coleman.
got?
Gracias.
Gracias. Amigo. Let's see. Oh, there's that comment. Do you mean the shit? I was asking the carbon guy. He hasn't replied.
Do you want to talk about Lepo's comment? Or did we already do that?
I mentioned Lipo about me dropping an F-bomb only a
Yeah.
minute in. Sorry about that. Okay. Didn't get too many questions. Will you boys be doing podcasts on location from hotel rooms all over the world at events featuring guests? Yes, we do want to do this. What we're thinking of doing is actually doing them at car shows where we have our setup. So I'd like to film one at Ultimate Dubs, possibly on the Saturday. We'll have to get somebody on. I think that'll be interesting. Would definitely
Then you'll be you can interview people over there. That would
be
pretty.
pretty.
Because we're in Northern Ireland, it's probably going to be hard to get people over here.
That's why you're on.
Yeah,
You're the best we can find.
here, so
You're the best guy we can
fall
find.
into the barrel here, like.
And next week we have the cops with blurred out faces. Let's see what else we got here.
Is there a car event or event that you have always intrigued you but never got to?
Goodwood Festival Speed is a really obvious one that I've
Wow.
always wanted to go, but it's always on the same date as something else.
I have been. I'm a little bit more cultured than
Oh,
you.
you've
Adam.
been to
I've
Bobby.
been on some actually.
Drinking
Right.
the Pims and all
We Japan as
Strawberries
well.
and cream.
Japan,
That's not
absolutely.
really a car show, but like
Who
I was
cares?
going to say, I'm surprised you haven't done Japan yet.
it's very expensive.
I know, but that's nothing.
We
We
would
would
love-
money, your money. Like,
So if you're watching this and want to take us to Japan, call this number.
sponsor us.
Put the number in there, Big C. All right. So what else? Let's see. Love the stories about hearing about cars. Excited for episode 2. I've got a story about a car, actually, about my car. This week, I took it down to John. John Peyton mentioned him the last time, and he rehung all my doors.
He finally fixed the doors. We'll do a bit of background on these doors, right?
He fixed the doors, Pete, in
Well,
about an hour.
in about an hour.
And then he told me, he goes, Adam, do you ever wonder why that back window doesn't work? And I was just like,
What
What do you mean?
Tell us more.
and then he goes, there's 2 bits of wood holding up. I
not
went,
your fix, though?
you motherfucker. I just went, Pete! Did you not hear me? It was only yesterday. Like, did you not
Oh,
hear
was
me
it?
screaming from Lurgan?
Nah, didn't I? But I mean, well, it was really. Let's be honest. Well, I'll take responsibility because
Pete's getting a bit
it was
red
my
here.
business that did it. But there was a certain employee that's no longer with me that screwed up his window.
Well, no, the window.
know.
That
It
was
was
the,
the
that was
locking.
the
It was the
locking.
locking.
That guy's sitting at and
Aye.
let for
Sorry, Tom Kennedy.
all the viewers know that I'm pointing off camera at Tom Kennedy. One of the first times, like, this is class. This car, I just got it on. He's like, this is class. Let me just try all the buttons, and then all of a sudden on the window,
Snap.
it's just like up and down, up and down, up and down. Window off the runner, and now there's 2 bits of wood.
I mean, you can't
Thank
really
you.
hold me responsible. I'm a painter decorator. Right? You know what I mean?
Painter decorator. What do you decorate?
It's cars.
I know you paint.
Exactly. Yeah, man, I have no idea how to work windows in cars. Like,
What? Yeah, but the windows aren't your fault. I actually know that that's not your fault.
and you're still going to give me stick about it, though.
No,
like? Yeah.
the doors.
Oh, sorry, the doors. Right, I did try rear doors. I did. But let's be honest, Peyton's more of a...
To be honest,
door
like, I
hanger
don't know
than
why
me.
I'm slabbering. Like, I couldn't hang a flipping door in a car to save my life. But
What did he do?
apparently, like, there was shivs.
Is
There
it
was
the
shivs in them.
spacers?
So there was shivs in them, but there was like 4 shivs in the top and 4 shivs in the bottom. And he was like, yeah, you need to like remove some shivs from like the top and like keep some in the bottom and vice versa. And then like the door lock was just a little bit sitting too far out. Need to be repositioned back to get a better catch of the door. He's
There
a
we go
wizard,
now.
like, you know, he literally had it for an hour and had her sorted. So
Happy days. Well, at least that's one
but
thing,
just
anyway.
thought I'd bring that up one thing. But yeah, the
Yeah.
doors are looking well.
Happy days.
I'm happy enough for that.
Good
So
to
what's
hear.
next for the car, then?
There's a guy actually over there as well behind the cameras that's going to hook me up with some interior paint for the interior.
For the,
Wow, the descriptions just keep getting better and better.
For the awful coloured plastics.
Yeah, the plastics basically are going to get painted black because at the minute. Do you know this? Oh, another beer has just arrived.
I don't know about this.
I don't drink Guinness.
I am driving.
Sorry.
Or am I?
You're definitely not now.
I'm not now.
So funny story actually about the plastics.
Get some ASMR on this. How's that?
There's only one reason that Pete knows what that is.
I watch porn.
That sounds like a song. I watch burn. Funny story about the plastics on the 28. Actually, I bought the. Do you remember this?
Yes.
I was like, got the car and was like really lucky actually because to go on eBay and find plastics. Well, at least I thought, and I just went by the photo because my car obviously came, not obviously, but it came with all tan plastics, and I was like, I'm gonna buy black plastics. And when I went to get the new interior fitted, I just put the box that I bought on eBay of these new black plastics, and then like 2 months later, the guy just opened them up, and he was just like, Adam, these are dark blue. And I was like, what? And I basically ordered a complete wrong color.
Yeah, I remember. It was like a very dark blue, but you're like, it's black, man.
So
Wasn't black.
Gonna dye those ones, not the tan ones. Hopefully it works out all right.
That's a good idea when I saw that. So you're just on the tan ones. Makes sense.
What about your car, James? Any updates on that?
Oh Jesus!
We had a fun last weekend, didn't we, with it?
We did. Our current MOT epidemic. Where
Yes. For people
That's a
that
really long story,
don't live in
but-
Northern Ireland, basically, we can't MOT cars at the minute. So
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting though to
Yeah.
tell people about that.
basically,
okay, we'll go for
Here
it.
we go.
our test centres, because people in England don't have, well, they do have test centres, but they're usually at their mechanics and stuff. So, but we have specific test centres just for doing MOTs,
Ran by the government.
run by the government, and that's where the shambles started.
they're not
really
private.
And they deemed the ramps unusable because they had cracks in them, so they shut down all the MOT centres. And basically, James,
Can I just mention, by the way, I go to the gym with one of the guys that repairs MOT equipment, and he
Alright.
said that they notified the government. They notified, the authority that runs them,
Yeah.
like months ago that
Aye.
this was going to happen. But because there was no Northern Ireland Assembly and no
I
Northern
did,
Ireland
like,
government,
make the call essentially.
they couldn't put the money in to fix it. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that
I
apparently-
heard
so
a
there you
story,
go.
but I don't know if it's true or not. Is basically a tender was put out for the ramps. They needed 55 ramps, and the company that had the ramps already in there, it's a company called Maha, and they lost the contract. Through obviously about the 3 years our assembly was down, and they put the tender out, and the Spanish company took up the contract. But this Spanish company didn't actually have any ramps. They had a prototype for a ramp, and they were going to try it in the MT centres, but they didn't have ramps. So this is where the problem is, because if they
Right.
were to buy, because the company that has the ramps in the MT centres have 55 ramps they can give them, but if they were to buy them off them, they would be in breach of contract with the Spanish company.
Right, okay.
So that's why they couldn't. But I've heard
there you
that there is ramps coming. But James,
go. Back to...
So I took my yoke to Scotland, took her to a garage.
I got really serious there for a second. Back to the diesel yacht.
Yeah.
back to the leg.
So I took a Hilux to this boy in Scotland, and well, first of all, I arrived half an hour late because I had to get a boat. And the guy was like, "Hello." And I was like, "Hello." I had a MOT booked for 10 o'clock, and he was like, "It's 10:30. You've missed it." And I went, "Well, I got the boat." And he went, "Oh, okay. Suppose you couldn't swim any faster." And then he walked out to the car with me, and he was like, "So you just came over here for your MOT?" And I was like, "Yep." And his words were, "So if it fails, you're fucked." And I went, "Yep." And then he went, "Well, I guess we'll not fail you then."
You definitely sound a bit more Scottish than that, did he
Wonderful.
not? Can you do the
no,
Scottish?
the
the
guy
guy
was
was
actually
actually
English.
Yeah,
Oh.
there was
I was hoping for a
guy
Scottish
there.
accent there. I really was hoping for a Scottish accent.
It's whenever he asked us where we're from,
Yeah,
and the standard
terrifying.
sort of phrase is we're from Belfast. When we're in a different country, because it's just the easiest city that people know. And he's like, "What part of Belfast are you from?" And we were like, "All right,
Pete happened to say Bangor,
I did."
and the boy lived
Oh,
in
that's right,
Bangor
yeah.
for 3 years.
Yeah.
So that was, we were a match made.
Oh,
like,
aye.
he loved us.
He loved us. He didn't even brake test your car
He
because he
was
couldn't.
like, "Is it permanent 4-wheel drive?" And I was like, "Yes." And he sort of just left, didn't come back. And then he came back, and then he just had a look underneath it. That was it.
And through.
Oh, well, of course it did. Because
Well, do you want to explain about the diff lock situation? And
These-
that whole
I feel like these
shambles?
podcasts are becoming the confessions of ILB. Like, see if somebody's watching, cops
not really
pulling us
confession,
over.
but-
Yeah, go ahead. You know?
Turns
Well-
out your diff locks were stuck on.
yeah, my diff lock was stuck on because it was getting work done in a garage
For the MOT prep.
for the MOT prep. And whenever Pete drove it to me, I got in it and went to reverse like backwards and slightly turned, and I was just like, "Wow, my car doesn't move." The diff locks must be on. So
And what speed should you do with diff locks on?
the recommended speed's 5 miles
Right,
an
and
hour.
I was doing probably 60.
Yeah.
So we don't really
wasn't
know.
ideal. So we got off the boat. And I was like, "Well, I'll make it to the garage," because the garage was like 5 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Did that. got out of the garage and we were like, right, we need to get the diff locks off, which pretty much involved us taking the connector off the transfer box, and then there was a couple
That's
of
right. And
pins that we could touch. So we went and found a pawn shop, bought an
It's
extension
actually
lead.
the original factory shop. So it
Sorry,
was.
the original factory shop. Bought an extension lead. Bought
You're
wire
narrowing in your
cutters.
location here for people hunting down that MOT centre. We now know where it is, lads.
Bought bought an extension lead, bought wire strippers, went
That's
back to
right.
the car, stripped the extension lead, attached the extension lead to the battery, and then
I sat underneath and then touched them to, what do you even call it? The solenoid
the solenoid,
that moves
which,
it out of diff lock.
which took the actuator back, and
Yep.
then, you know,
That was our, that.
we were flying. Went and got Pete's air.
Yep, we went the
Pete bagged his
Erskine.
car.
Yes, no.
Oh yeah, so what? Name very quickly here because you've had a lot of cars.
Right.
Some of your most recent cars.
The last recent one that people probably remember would probably be the red TT that was mint green
Yeah.
before that.
We did a video of that with in your workshop. Actually, it's on our YouTube channel. If you flying around the,
That's
the
right,
buggy
yeah.
and then on the bike and then with the TT. So
That's right, yeah.
you got rid of that.
I got rid of that and got, I swapped that for an M3, an E46 M3. So I did, and that is the new sort of project car, shall we say.
What happened on the way to Players Classic, Pete,
What happened on the way to Players Classic?
with the M3 and the splitter?
Oh, that happened on the way home.
Oh, sorry, potato.
But I remember on the way over, if anybody knows E46 M3s,
We got
they
Beer
know
Beer Man here real quick.
most
Hold
of
on.
them. Beer Man, sorry.
Thank you, Beer Man.
Most of them do this thing with the boot floor, and they sort of crack the boot floor. And I remember when we were heading over, I had James and JP in the car, and JP was in the back, and he's like, whenever I was changing gear, you heard that like real clunk, and he's like, oh, you can really feel the power like when he's changing gear. Turns out the flipping rear cradle was about to fall out of my car. So that's what the last year has been involved, trying to fix that, and it went a bit overboard, and
But
it
I
ended
meant
up.
I kind of meant the splitter though.
Oh, the splitter fell off on the way back, and I couldn't care less about it.
That
But
involved-
did
that
somebody
involved someone
not
else's
drive
car.
over it?
No, it didn't come off. Did it come off completely? I can't remember.
I thought there
No,
was-
but basically, Tom gave me a load of crap because like a stone hit his car. You fucking rode off the front of my
Right.
car, you have.
I thought what happened is the splitter came off and he drove over your splitter and he was raging.
Nah,
so
we
is
stopped.
he exaggerated this?
It literally hit the dirt as we were doing. it.
we were just driving along, and all of a sudden, he just went.
Nah, we were racing. I
We're
we
racing?
were doing 70.
We
obviously.
don't race.
Aye. We
I
were doing
know-
70
I
mile an
know
hour.
race.
We must have been in the speed limit. Now we're doing 140. Like,
Were you
but,
driving the van, James? Did you win?
No, I was in his
no,
car.
no.
He was
I
driving
don't
the
remember
van.
where you.
We
You not
left the
near
van.
us?
Oh, never mind.
You're
Sorry.
Pinter.
Because you were in with me, weren't you?
Yeah,
And
sorry,
then-
got distracted there.
The splitter hit the dirt at about 70, and it kicked up a load of stones and started hitting Tom's car. And then when I realised, I pulled over and then kicked the splitter off the car.
He was
Okay.
very angry.
I was, because that was a very expensive splitter.
So you said, sorry, I interrupted you, but you're getting a bit carried away with the M3. What are you doing on it?
Yeah. So whenever we pulled it in last year, the story goes, pulled it in to get an MOT checked on it, and we knew it needed rear brake lines. So Stephen Carlisle, SC Motors, we plugged there. Sorry. He decided to start stripping the rear cradle out to fix the brake pipes. And then he literally walked over to my workshop and goes, Pete, you might want to have a look here. And then this is when we realised that the back of it was about to fall off. And so he's reinforced the rear of it now. Welded all back together, and then we've pretty much replaced everything underneath it. So it's now fully
is looking very
polybrushed. Everything's been powder coated. There's new brake lines, new fuel lines, there's new everything. So yeah, we've went that far underneath of it. So the top half's probably gonna have to be the same. So I'm gonna go for a full restoration. So,
Nice. Very
but-
nice.
Doing similar work to the Hilux myself.
of course you are.
Oh.
Yes. But no, at the minute I'm driving my Mark 7.5 Gulf State, which I bagged this morning with Tom.
You did it this morning just before you came here?
I just threw them in so that, you know.
What are you doing tomorrow, lad? Oh,
I'll spend an hour here and throw these three struts in and get her on the dirt.
Was your side quicker than Tom's?
Well, actually, Tom did the front and I did the back. So, yeah, the
Who
back.
finished first?
We sort of finished at the same time.
Oh, that's
didn't we?
always the way, isn't it?
Yeah. It
But
was a
we've got-
team effort. So it
which
was.
one? What's typically more?
The
awkward?
fronts are always a bollocks. So,
Is that why you give him to do?
What's the technical
well,
term
I
for
was
it?
like, I'll do the bit there, Tom, and you take over the front there. And I was like, sucker. But yeah, no, so that was done
You
today.
drove here with it tonight, so
Yeah, needs a wheel alignment, but apart from that, it's driving pretty well.
100%. Nice.
What's the window wiper thing?
Right, so we're a bit of a flurry because obviously we had to get up here to do this, and we're running late. And
I love the way I was like, why them lads? They know we're filming this podcast at this time. Why are they running late? Oh, they were just bagging his car.
of course we were.
Oh, well, I thought it was just typical Pete being late. You know what I mean? No, I was literally putting,
Yeah,
I
we're
can't
just-
drive my car.
Getting that stance game on lockdown, like. No, the wipers was pretty funny because we were putting the wipers back on because we had them off because the scuttle panel was out to do the front strut top mounts, obviously for the bolts. And we were putting it back on, and I sort of said to Tom, "Is that where it goes?" And he was like, "Yeah, that looks grand." So I bolted it in and then hit the wipers, and of course it hit the B pillar, just came up and went like out there, and I was like, "Well, that's not right." So we tried to reposition.
For those listening, Pete slams his hands above his head, the clapping motion.
So I took them off again and repositioned the wiper where I thought it should be, and then I hit the wiper. Actually, Tom hit the wipers, and they didn't work. And I was like, "What the hell have we done?" And then I tried them, didn't work. Checked the fuses, all grand. Tried like unplugging the wiper motor, all grand. And like, what the hell have we done? Like the washer jets or nothing were working. What was wrong with it? The bloody bonnet was open. Just at our flurried state, we were like, we're idiots. Like, literally close the bonnet, perfect, no problem.
That's amazing.
So yeah. But yeah, if you want your car painted, like,
Paint and decorator, Pete Works. Pete Works, I just called you. Should we brand that? What? Any other plans for that car?
yeah, you'll see it at Dub Shed with certain other bits attached to it, shall we say.
Cool.
I'm not keeping it pretty secret.
M3 not coming up for Dubshed now.
Nah, I'd say it'll be lucky if it's our 2021. It's going to be a fairly long build.
Long-term project.
Yeah.
I put a straight pipe on my yacht. And now she sounds class.
Sounds like a tractor.
I actually drove James's car for the first time. Can we
With the
call it a
straight pipe?
car any longer? Or is it more of a truck?
I like the word truck.
I was going to
Alright.
say it verges on truck.
I drove James's truck yesterday for one of the first times.
How'd you
I don't know
find
why
that?
I've never. It's good. Actually, it's good fun. Yeah. He came out of the yard and turned and looked to the left, and I was just driving along the curb.
Just on the footpath.
Just on the curb. Pedestrians flying everywhere.
I was just on the curb, like touching the grass and all. I was just like, oh, living the life here, lad. But it sounds very well.
It sounds loud.
I'd like to drive it now and it's got it straight pipe because I was driving it last week, obviously, and people look at you even when it wasn't making noise because it's just such a big beast of a thing.
Obnoxious.
But now it's like, sounds like a tractor.
I actually pulled out of a junction earlier in front of someone and they just stopped and waved me on like, let's go. I was like,
Terrified.
I love the way Jim's such a nice little lad. You know, he's so polite and all, and then he's just driving this monster truck like, I will eat your soul.
Someone pulled like into my lane earlier and I just went straight up behind them because I was just like,
Screw that guy.
fucking dancing.
You took us on to a good point there. Shows we're coming up to, we'd like to mention at the end of the podcast, but shows that are coming up. So what shows are we going to in March? We are going to Ultimate Dubs.
Yes.
And we are going to Dubshed. So Dubshed's the local Northern Irish show.
It's actually in April, so it is.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
Just forget I said that. We'll talk about that in next month's podcast.
All right.
No, okay. So Ultimate Dubs is the first one we're going to. I think we're going to have the E28 there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll have that there. And we will have some new clothing dropping at that. And then, yeah, as you said, Dubshed in April. So
That's what
those are
I'm
the next two
aiming
shows
for.
we're going to. Any other shows we're going to?
Northern Ireland, sort of.
Northern.
Northern Ireland.
Norn. We're still in the winter.
Like last
the
year I did.
storms are hitting us.
I honestly did Dubshed, and that was the only show I did here.
Aye.
That's the problem. It's sort of, we used to do the smaller
Yeah,
shows,
smaller
like
ones.
Harmony Hill and all.
Yeah,
Bring
that's
it back,
Good
by the
until
way.
He stopped it.
Yeah, smaller.
If Weed's listening, you need to bring it back.
Smaller ones have died out a wee bit. Like,
Yeah. They are always the good ones, too. So they are. But, yeah.
Yeah.
We tend
So
to-
Ultimate Dubs and then Dubshed. Those are the next two shows. Anything else we need to mention here? I was actually had one more question here, which was Wade first of all said, when can you have the South Africans over for a chat?
whenever
well,
you
wait.
get the flight over.
We're
But
waiting.
We're waiting here.
We're waiting.
when's your flight arrive?
Yo.
Beers are in the fridge. Sam Benger said, I'll be billed. Will you ever do one?
Oh, we did one. Remember the other year, the ball pit? That was a full build.
We watched.
We watched that video recently. We need to do another one of those
We do,
videos.
we do.
Like that is like we just need
There
to.
was so much crack as well.
Technically, I bought a golf and then like
I would
That's
just
still not boy's name. We never signed the V5, right? And then cut the roof off it. I transferred the money. It's still his car, but it just has no roof. I don't know where it is.
I remember like we wanted it to be a ball pit, but you didn't buy enough balls.
Balls are damn expensive. Balls are more expensive than the fucking car.
Puts a bit of cardboard in to like level it out.
Well, the real issue was I bought the balls and then they were in like cubic meters and we're like, right, that's enough.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't enough time to buy any more. So I had to like fill the thing
That's
full
right.
of cardboard. But yeah, we need another excuse to do something like that. Definitely need another.
Here we could use Tom. Well, it's maybe a sore subject at the minute, but Tom's old B5. Chop that up.
You sold that Volvo you give me.
I think scrap.
I would chop the Volvo up. What do you mean the Volvo? I sold you.
all else.
Well, touching this, by the way, because like I
Hey,
heard James
look, I'm
last
upset.
week said not to buy a car off me. What was that about?
What is it? Sorry.
He said not to buy a car off me.
Who?
Well,
James did
whenever
last
I went
week.
to MOT, the car
Sorry,
that I
the
bought
last
off you.
podcast. Sorry.
You do sell lemons.
What do you mean lemons? I purvey them. I am a cultivator of lemons.
You use your friends to get rid of shit that you don't want.
Don't.
But you're trying to
I
go on
had
camp.
that Volvo all of about 2 days, and James was blocked in my car. He's like, I ain't gonna buy. So well,
You
took
told me that
adva-
was the best thing that you ever owned.
You took advantage
Here.
of our James and sold.
how many miles does it have on it, James?
It's like 386,000.
Yes.
And you're
he's complaining. that
James
it's
is
not-
telling us,
It's
by the
not
way.
robbing.
James is telling us at the minute it's worth $5,000.
Is it?
Easy. You want to
He's
buy it?
telling us it's worth $5,000.
$5,000. I'll give
He
you.
keeps saying in the office, that's worth $5,000. I'm like, why don't we sell for $5,000?
Where have you seen these $5,000 ones?
I actually said
Maybe.
£1,500, but sure.
Right. He's got blown out of proportion.
$5,000.
Yeah.
1,500 with shoes fixed?
I'd like to see that back for her. Are you going to fix it though? This is the question.
Absolutely not. It's going to sit in fucking Carlisle's possession until it dies.
Here, well, there's chat that might have to leave the yard.
Well,
so.
you said that you put it in your house.
I know I don't when I said that. Like, why? Why did I do this to himself? Hey, James, keep her here. Give her mine, free of charge. You know what I mean?
Going back to that question, by the way, will you ever do one? Yes, we would actually love to do one. to be
Here, you
honest.
should give us some suggestions on what
Yes,
to do.
it'd be good. Some suggestions. What would you like to see us actually build? Because I think it's about time we actually did a Project Car and did a YouTube series on it. So if you'd like to see something, let us know what you think we should do.
As long as it's rear wheel drive and Japanese.
Aye.
And an S13.
And a
But
PS13.
suggest whatever you want.
Thanks for giving away the exact car they were thinking about, James. I love a PS13. If anybody has a PS13, call this number.
We'd love to chop the roof off and turn it into a ball pit.
Okay, guys. So I think that brings us to the end of the podcast. Before we go, of course, previously mentioned at the start, if you want to support our channel and the podcast, please visit our shop, shop.ilbdriversclub.com. Buy some merchandise, t-shirts like this, jackets like this, hats like this. Look at that. That was like really actually practiced it.
You actually can't buy this hat anymore because
It's sold out.
it's sold out.
All our
You can buy it off
products-
me though.
Jesus Christ, it's
Get
11.
your offers in.
It's probably it's a lemon. It's probably a lemon.
We actually had a bit of a story of this hat.
Oh Jesus! But yeah, if you want to support our channel, please head over to the shop. At the minute, we currently have Worthy Sea posters for sale, just like everything else in the shop. They're all limited editions, so once they're sold out, they're gone. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us, guys. Competition.
Oh.
Every month we do the podcast, we're going to pick a random winner, just like that carbon guy that slobbered at you and
I am shit.
slobbered at you and Jay.
I hope you're
Can't believe that you
I hope
won
you're
it.
happy.
He lets you message saying James and Jay. Oh, you've got a
Should we
secret.
ask them and see?
Yeah, hold on. So carbon guy messages, and next month we will pick another winner. So just comment on the YouTube podcast episode. Go to ILB TV on YouTube. Drop a comment. Next month we will pick a random winner to win some merchandise. And Pete, what do you have?
Right. Well, my idea was to do this on the podcast, but I conferred with James, and against my better judgment, I think we shouldn't, because it would just be us like panting for the next 10 minutes.
But so what are you?
Right. So I'll show you what I bought here.
You're gonna bring it out and say, should we do this?
Well, we're gonna do it, but we just want to know if there's like a certain setting we should do it
Okay,
in.
right. Okay.
But yeah, so I bought these chips. So essentially, these are the world's hottest chip.
Okay.
They're made with Carolina Reaper
Ripper.
chili, which is the hottest chili in the world.
I like the sound of that.
I watched videos of people
Yeah.
eating them, and it
If
is.
you type in the one chip challenge into
So
there,
you-
you need it. Aye, go.
it's a sealed
No
packet with a devil sticker on it,
yeah.
and it has like this ridiculous looking chip thing.
Do it now. No balls.
Do I have to eat the whole thing? Can I just take a bite out of it?
Nah, you do the whole. Fucking
No,
I think it's like a half-hour ordeal. Like.
yeah.
not for me.
There's
Look
people
at that.
crying.
Are you doing it? Well, you do. You brought
I'm
them.
only doing it. All the boys do it.
I don't think a podcast is.
I
like
don't think
that
this is
for
the
it.
right setting.
Do you have what
not-
it takes? Can you handle the 2 million Scoville? This one chip punches. This is the ultimate challenge for any heat seekers. The chip is made with the Carolina Reaper chili, which is over 2 million on the Scoville heat scale. It is the hottest chili in the world.
2 million.
Bear in mind, Tabasco
Don't
sauce
say
is about
you haven't
1,000
eaten word.
Scoville
Not suitable
units.
for children.
So-
Do not eat if you're allergic or sensitive to spicy foods, peppers, or nightshades, pregnant, or have any medical conditions. I'm actually pregnant.
Oh, yeah,
Or
me
if you're a
too.
little bitch, like Adam here.
Well, yo, you're not. Let me see you do it first.
Nah. All together, nothing at all. Sorry, guys.
We are the Musketeers after all.
Right. Well, let's do it then.
Are we doing it now?
Are you gonna do it? Come on.
We're going to do it, James?
Right
Well,
now.
I can't hardly leave the podcast with you like saying, "Oh, I brought these chips, but I'm not going to try them." Hold on. How much of this am I trying?
We're doing the
eating
whole
the whole
thing.
thing?
The whole thing. Here, by the way, there's 4 of these if anybody else wants to get on the action.
It's open. Oh my god! I just tasted the packet. The packet. I literally ripped it with my teeth. Holy shit! Oh, mine broke. Oh, well,
Oh,
I'll
no.
just do half of
Does
it.
anybody want to take the 4th there? No takers?
How many am I doing of this? How much?
Can someone get me a bucket before I eat this? Because I'm definitely gonna be sick.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
Smell it.
100%. Like
I'm a bit nervous about this, boys. How do you open it?
I don't have to do the whole thing. Like just
not,
this
like-
little. Well, like I feel like if I get
People in
half
the
of it-
comments might have something to say about that.
that's not really the one chip challenge. That's more of like
half a chip challenge.
Right. Well, let me see. You.
I don't know why I'm digging
struggling to
deeper.
open this, like.
I'm really nervous here all of a sudden.
This is a good
How the
half
hell
hour.
did-
Like that you're gonna be. We're in this. Like
Here, we're going for dinner after this. I just tasted the packet.
why can't I open that?
I
You
can't
brought
get
them
it.
out?
Has anybody got scissors?
You brought them out.
Where's the other half of your chip? I can't get this open.
This is a terrible idea.
This is the. Is it?
Sorry, JP, your birthday's ruined.
Yeah. Birthday's ruined, JP, mate. Does anybody got scissors? That we can
Nervous.
open these,
I'm
like.
really nervous. Are you doing it?
I feel like
If we can get it open.
Can I just try a bit of it?
No, because we'll you'll not do the rest.
Oh, there's scissors.
Oh,
Scissor
lovely,
man.
lovely. Beer guy sorted us out. Right. We're doing this, James.
are we?
Well, I'm cutting it open, so that's.
Why is mine broken into a million bits?
Go off.
This is going to be terrible.
I didn't want to do this. This is like
Here, you
this
said
is-
you were up for it the other day. You said I'm up.
Yeah, but then I like convinced you that we weren't going to do it in the podcast.
But then you brought it out, and now we're looking like idiots.
Right, have we all got a chip here?
Now I've got 3 bits.
Somebody
of
should
mine.
take this number 4 chip, like. Ricky, come on.
Someone who's coming like.
Right, we're going here. Here, come on.
This is such
You ready?
bullshit. Like,
Ow.
How you doing, boys?
well,
It's done.
they never
Taste?
did see James again.
I'm probably going to get a very red face right now.
It's spicy. Oh, I can feel it on my tongue.
Oh my goodness.
Are we allowed to drink beer? Like I've already necked it twice.
I see.
Oh, I can start to feel it now. My tongue is lit.
Fuck it. Might be some swearing here.
Holy shit.
I say I planned to bring a lot of milk here, but then when he said we weren't doing it, I didn't bring the milk. So
Well, that's
I'm
good. Can
screwed
someone
now.
get me a Guinness?
How we doing here, boys?
Woo.
This is getting powerful.
My tongue. Oh my god. Is my eyes watering?
This is a terrible idea.
There is
Beer
a-
man.
Yeah, I need a beer. I need a
Beer
beer.
man, let me beer.
It's just getting worse.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Fuck. Oh.
I like the way we waited for the comments. Like, oh my
Oh my
god,
god.
is my face red?
I'm crying. I'm actually crying.
Oh, my lips are going, boy. My lips are numb.
I'm gonna be sick.
What? We
my
broke
God.
James. If you want your podcast ruined, bring Pete along. Oh my God. Whew. It's like it's. You good? You come back?
Sorry, I told the lad I'm not gonna be sick.
That was like me in the boat last week.
Oh yeah, milkman.
Oh,
has
there's milk. Unbelievable. There is a way people do this, by the way, where they don't drink anything for 10 minutes.
Actually milk, or is this?
Is it milk?
lie. Yeah, just jizz a lot.
Is that? Thank God. Oh,
I think I'm shaking.
I don't think I'm going to be able to
That's
kiss for
possibly the
dinner.
worst thing I've ever spoken about.
My stomach's shaking.
I wasn't wrong about what I said. The last 10 minutes is just we all dying. Oh.
I just sneezed.
I don't want to be alive anymore.
Oh, don't cough. Don't cough.
So, like, apparently the 10-minute mark of this is the worst bit.
The what?
Oh, 10 minutes is the. It's not even bad yet.
Oh, my lips hurt.
Somebody do the fourth one. Oh my God.
Don't touch your eyes.
Yeah, don't touch your eyes.
Oh my God.
It's so bad.
I'm sorry, but this is comedy gold. Like, as ideas go, this is one of my worst ones. I'm not gonna lie.
I did tell you not to do this.
I get lightheaded.
That is.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to drive. I get dizzy.
Any more liquids in this joint, look?
Bring more milk.
We need more milk!
We need ice cream. We need it all.
Let me stand up. I'm shaking.
What is life?
Is this podcast over? Are we ending it? Like,
It's the worst thing I've ever done.
Yeah. That's just. Oh my God.
It's not even any better than it was at the start. It's not even any better.
I'm alright at the minute, like, but it's fucking sweaty here, like. But no,
Ugh.
not good.
Oh, my back.
Here, there's another one. I don't even like
Hey.
to try it.
Who's doing the last one? It's not me.
I like the wet side.
I need more milk.
Ooh. I give
take it.
Give us that.
My legs are shaking.
I'm savouring it because I don't know whether the next one's coming from. When's that out of date?
8 days out of date.
That's gonna be spicy. I don't need to go, man.
I'm gonna have no fucking
I ain't gonna
whatever it's called.
Experience. I don't know what it feels right now.
Fucking right.
Are we done? Is this over?
It's not even any better.
I feel like I felt in that boat last weekend, James. I can't even talk properly.
What's this for? All right.
What's that thing called?
What?
What's it called?
One chip challenge.
Oh no.
Does it hell?
I like both sides. Can we leave?
Right, this is over. Bye, guys. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Hi, run a button.
Whoa.
Are you gonna say goodbye?